Hey, how you doing? This is Alan Brown, aka Fat Fingers here, and in this particular video, I'm just going to basically show you how the money flows. I get a lot of questions about some of the details of how the commissions work, how the beat plays are going to work. So I decided, since a beat sale just came in, and there's three producers involved in this one transaction, and this one new customer getting into the system that we have, I figured I put together a little flow chart as well as go into your dashboard, or the dashboard that I can see, just to show you some of the details on how it works for you as a producer, or even someone who just refers anyone to the platform. So without further ado, I'm going to break it all down to you right now. All right, this is three producers and how it pretty much worked in this one transaction. All right, so the first person that we have right here is RD Beats, and in this particular situation, he's the main referrer. Okay, what he did was, he signed up and started using his links to promote his beats, as well as some of the other links that we have to promote the program. All of our links let our system know who, the person that comes in, who sent them. Okay, so in this particular case, we have a new producer that signed up named Tony Hard Lines. Now, he was identified as coming in from RD Beats link. All right, and I'm actually going to go in the dashboard and show you that. Now, when he subscribes and starts his monthly subscription fee to sell beats and promote and make money with our system, RD Beats receives 40% a month, not just one time, but a month. So as long as he's recurring and using the services, RD Beats actually gains 40% every month commission. Okay, so he makes that, and that's basically our system or our company say, all right, thanks for bringing in that customer, and because you brought that customer in, you're going to eat from that customer you brought in for a lifetime, for the lifetime that they exist on the platform. All right, so Tony Hardlines is RD Beats lifetime customer. Okay, now like any other beat website, when you get into our community, you get a link when you sign up. Okay, so when you sign up on bobbeats.com as a producer, your username, which right here is Tony Hardlines, you get this username, and most sites will let you promote. The difference with bobbeats.com is that we track that link, so every time it is clicked, we know who the new user is that's coming up, and when they sign in, or when they sign up actually, they become your customer. So that's the benefit about bobbeats.com. Everyone who clicks your link, whether artist or musician or whoever, once they sign up, that's your customer for life. You will eat off of them for however long they choose to engage in the Bob Beats platform. All right. So we have that link that he put out, and that would be his entry link. And then we have a new customer that came in on the 22nd. So I'm doing this video on the 23rd, but well, actually it's the late night 24th. But anyway, this is the new customer that came in, and now this customer belongs to Tony Hard Lines. All right, so I'm going to show you that in the dashboard, just to show you how we track all of this just in a moment. All right, so now once young one become Tony Hard Lines customer, he is his lifetime customer. So anything that this artist does, who actually purchased the beat, which I'll get into that in a moment, anything that he does, if he subscribes, if he purchases a beat, if he plays beats, Tony Hardlines is going to benefit from all of those things. All right. Now, if he buys one of Tony Hardline's beats, Tony Hardline is going to get 100% of the commission, because that's his customer. So when you refer customers in and it's your customer, if they purchase a beat, you receive 100%. All right. So now, because we have tracking going on and we track everything, Young One came into the system and played 35 beats. All right. So because he played 35 beats, and it was a variation of producers, Tony Hardlines, because that's his customer, and because he brought him into the system, it's like the system or the company saying, here's a thank you for bringing this new customer in to listen to other producers' beats. He listened to 35 beats. Tony Hardlines gets a commission or a royalty revenue share from all of the 35 beats that Young One listened to. All right, so he gets some money from that. So we'll see, every time you see a green arrow, that's some money exchange. All right, so Tony Hardline receives beat play income as an artist referrer. That's key. So anytime you refer artists and they start playing music, you're generating commissions. And this is way before you even sell any beats. Okay, this is the uniqueness of the system that we have here. All right. Now, because we track where everyone is playing the beats, we track different ways from IPs, we track from usernames. We see that Young One played 10 of Tony Hardline beats. So what he did was he came into his profile and he pressed play on 10 beats. So let me just go over to Tony's profile so you can see what it looks like. All right, so this is where he came. He came in. This is Tony's entry page, right? He came in from this page, and he played 10 of his beats. As you see over here, Tony has some plays, 19, 26, whatever. He played 10 of his beats, all right? And then he moved and started navigating through this site, all right? Now, this is something that we know happens on beat websites, and we talk about that, and this is what makes us better, because you can be sending traffic from YouTube, Instagram, even your own website. Someone could sign up to purchase your beats, but after that, you no longer make any money from them. Okay, so you get the customer to the brand, whoever that may be, any of the beat websites, and then that customer is over there for life, but not rewarding you. That all changes with BobBeats.com. That's why we track. So he benefits from all of, you know, his customers that come in, even if they purchase his beats or not. Which in this case, he didn't purchase any of Tony's beats. All right, but Tony still benefited. Okay. Tony actually got a producer revenue. Okay, so the artist revenue, that's 35. That's 35 beats that he will get paid from because they were played. But because 10 of them were his beats, he's going to actually receive the beat commission from the producer, which is the highest level of commission when a beat is played. All right, so there's three ways to look at this. When a producer's beat is played, that's the highest commission. The person who referred Tony, which I'm going to get into next, he also gets paid. But then also there's the artist referral commission. So as you keep listening, you'll start gaining understanding the three different ways. One, if you're a producer, you get, you know, money from your plays. But if you're an artist listening to beats, the person who referred you gets that commission. And the person who referred the producer, which is RD Beats, which is the next thing I want to talk about, he gets a commission. All right. So because the new buyer here played Tony Hard Beats 10 times, and RD Beats is the referrer of Tony Hardlines, he actually, RD Beats, receive beat play income from this artist over here pressing his beats 10 times because that's his customer. Okay, so that's three ways there. Extremely great benefits now. So out of those 35 beats that were played, 5 beats that Young One played were Sensei J's beats. Sensei J was paid, all right, because the new buyer listened to 5 of Sensei's beats. He was paid the beat producer's play, which is the highest commission that you can get in that structure. He was actually paid 5 times. So Sensei J was played 5 times, and whoever referred him also benefited from the 5 times, which I could actually put them here as a benefactor, but you should get the point because it's the same cycle. Okay. Now Sensei J's beat was purchased by Young One, who is Tony Hardline's customer. So watch what happens here. So because this new beat buyer, Young One, came in through Tony Hardlines, and that's his customer, when he went over and decided to purchase a beat from Sensei J, which the beat was $14.95, which I'm going to show you that in the system in a minute. That beat was $14.95, and so Sensei J received 60%. He didn't receive 100% because the buyer of the beat was somebody else's customer that they bought in. So that's basically, you know, how we would say thank you. Basically, if you're, let's say you're in the home studio and somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I got some customers that I could bring to you. How much would you give me to bring those customers to you? What would be the commission split?" And you can negotiate that. Well, what BobBeats.com has already done is we negotiated, with the whole system. The whole system is a negotiation of you bringing beat buyers in who may like your beats, and if they don't, they got other producers where you still can make money and gain your commissions for the work that you did to get that producer or artist into the system. Okay, so now Sensei J gets 60%. And then 30% goes to Tony Hardlines. He gets his $4.50. So he brought this customer in, made money from the beat plays 2 different ways. The person didn't purchase any of his beats. He decided to move on from the 35 beats that he listened to, and he found a beat from Sensei J. He purchased that beat for $14.95, and Tony Hardlines still benefited. Now, I'm about to go into the system because actually Tony Hardlines brought in 2 customers that actually bought another beat from Sensei J, and I'm about to break that down, how we track all of that. Okay, so that last arrow goes over to Tony Hardlines, and pretty much that is the system. There's so many multiple combinations that this can work, because the Young One, when he came in, he could have listened to 100 beats or 200 beats, and he could have bought from 5 different producers. Everybody in this picture right here would have still benefited just from that action alone. Okay, so that's the power and what we're doing over here at BobBeats.com. So let me just go inside of so you can take a look at a couple of things right here. Okay, so we see right now Tony Hardlines, this number right here represents how many customers he has so far. So as an admin, I could actually see that the username came in, and it came in referred by Tony Hardlines. And right here, everyone can see this inside of your dashboard. You just put the link, your mouse over show link, and it's going to show you the entry link that they came in. Now we also have campaigns that you can set up to put on the end of your link, so then you'll know exactly where the person came from. Let's say you're doing a campaign on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, your own website, wherever. If you put the little CID code, which you could generate in the My Campaign, in the My Marketing, My Campaign section, you can see exactly how many clicks you're getting to the links and stuff like that. So it's very detailed, so you can know just in case you're spending money on ads or whatever the case may be. All right, so here is basically an admin feature. You can't see this, but I can, and I can scroll up and down as people come in and see where they're coming in from. All right, so like for example, right here, this is the same listing. Young one came in on December 22nd. All right, I'm doing this video late night, but he came in on December 22nd. All right, and I could also look at all the other places where people have come in. This right here is a new producer who signed up. She hasn't even signed up for 2 weeks and already have 17 referrers. She's promoting on TikTok, Instagram, and so many places. And she sent this producer to her producer invite page. If you look at the little code, the CID code, that means she put that there to know exactly where her new customers are coming in from, so you don't waste no time. All right, so there are other videos on the platform that explain that. You can check it out. That's not what I'm actually doing here. I'm just showing you how it looks in the dashboard. Okay, now right here, here's young one, and here's the purchase. Okay, so just looking at this is what Hardlines actually could see. The person came, they paid with Stripe. He knew what he knew what customer. You see it says your customer because they belong to him. Your customer, young one, purchased a beat from Sensei J, and the beat was called Off of Da, all right? And it's a tight beat, okay? He also, Sensei J, got a beat sale yesterday. So here we got the 21st where there was a sale, and on the 22nd, 2 different people, all right? This person bought one yesterday, bought Tornado Washington, and Sensei J has his beats listed for $14.99. And right here, you'll see that this is inside of Tony Hardline's account. He made $450 on that one, $450 on that one, all right? You could also monitor your customers, okay? So here's all of his customers so far. We've seen that he had 3 customers. I can see how many customers you have every time you sign someone up. Here's where you can inbox your customers, okay? All right, we see the member type. So he has 2 regular customers, or member type is artist as well. And he has 1 producer. So here's the producer. We see that they're active, which is not paid active. No one has a subscription yet, okay? This producer most likely would get a subscription. But here's the show links again, so you can see where they came from. This producer came from the producer invite page, which that page is very effective to send producers. Just make sure when you send that you have your link, your username in there, and it's your link. So when they sign up, they become your customer. And we can also see right here, these 2 artists purchase 1 beat each. So every time they log in and buy a beat, you'll have stats. You'll know who's your most effective customers, because right now they bought 1 beat, but you could actually see if they bought 10, it'll show that they have 10 beats sold here in the system. And you can go into click details, and you can see all of the actions that particular, your customer, who's your customer, you can see all of the actions that they have taken, all right? So this is a very, very detailed system. Just to recap, let me get back over here and just recap something for you now, just so you can see in a nutshell, me sum this all up, all right? How money flows on BobBeats.com. So we see RD Beats in this transaction as the main referrer. He made 40%, right? And he's going to make 40% every time Tony Hardline stays on the system. I don't care if he's here for 10 years, promoting and selling and doing beats. Because RD Beats brought him in one time, he's going to eat off of all of that. Even every time someone plays Tony Hardline's beats, he's going to get a percentage of every time someone plays. So you see he had 10 beat plays in this transaction. So Tony Hardline's referral beat play revenue, he gets 10 out of that. It goes to him. All right. Now, how did Tony Hardline's benefit in this transaction? For one, the person that he came in, he played 35 beats. So that means that out of all of the producers on the site, it was a variation of 35 beats. So he got paid for that. 10 beats he played of his own, all right? So he got 10 personal beat plays where he also generated a commission. And these don't coincide. They're all separate. So he got a piece of the 35, plus he got 10 from his own beats being played, all right? And then he made 30% commission from his customer, Young One, on a beat purchase, which he purchased. I don't know what happened to my little E on the end, but he purchased a beat from Sensei J. Now, how did Sensei J come off? Sensei J's beat was played 5 times, so he got his own beat producer revenue from his own beat being played, and then his beat was sold. So because his beat was sold and it wasn't his customer, he got 60% commission from that personal beat sale. So I didn't try to make this video too long, but I wanted to show you exactly how it works when you refer someone, how you make money, when you bring in people, how you generate money. You can sell your beats, and if your beats don't happen to sell, hey, you're leveraging your time now. And one of the things that makes people wealthy is to apply these principles that are right here in front of you in everything you do. There's stuff that I build, there's stuff that I have. I own real estate. You purchase these things one time and these things continue to make money. There's certain ways that you can structure how you do business. That's why this is the future. And once producers and artists start to get an understanding of what's happening here, all right, and especially producers, knowing that how hard it is to get a customer. Once you have that customer in a pipeline like this means that, let me break it down. This means that 10 years from now, right, if Tony Hardlines gets a sell or his beats are playing, right, on BobBeats.com, RD Beats is getting paid for that. So what if RD Beats is working to get 1,000 people up under his name and decides to retire and don't want to make beats no more and is still a part of the system? Can he still generate money from what BobBeats.com has put together for him and other producers and artists alike? 100%. 100%. So I wanted to break this video down because I still receive questions, because this is new area for a lot of producers. Some producers are looking at it and saying, oh, it's a scam. I challenge anyone that says it's a scam to contact any of the producers here, as well as the producers on the site and the top referrers, and ask them how are they getting to the ranks, and are their beats selling, and are they making different, additional income from everything else? And your answer is going to be yes. It's a foolproof system that leverages your time. If you worked on this for a year and said, I'm gonna stop after you got a few thousand customers, you will still be generating after the initial work that you did. And that's what is true wealth building. All right. The word is leverage. My first millionaire mentor told me about that word leverage, and I applied it in everything since. So now I'm offering that back to the beat community, being here for years and knowing that how we can benefit even more with a powerful system like BobBeats.com. All right. So I'm gonna cut this video off right here. I didn't mean to go too long, but I definitely wanted to point out how this system works and how it's effective. All right. So on that note, that's it. This is Alan Brown, aka Fat Fingers, the founder of BobBeats.com, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.